Hello! I'm reviewing a journal article titled, "Facial Expressions of Emotion Are Not Culturally Universal." Because of their origins in biology, facial expressions have been considered the universal language to express internal emotional states, recognized across all cultures, uninhibited by language barriers. This notion is further corroborated by the universality hypothesis, an assertion claiming that all humans communicate 6 basic internal emotions: happiness, surprise, fear, disgust, anger, and sadness, using the same evolutionarily developed facial expressions. Researchers at the University of Glasgow, Scotland, and the University of Freiburg, Switzerland, refuted this assumed universality in a study that examines the cultural differences in emotional expression in 30 individuals from Western Caucasian and East Asian cultures. The study used a unique computer graphics platform to reconstruct the mental representations of basic facial expressions. Mental representations reflect the past visual experiences and the future expectations of individuals. Therefore, a cross-cultural comparison of the mental representations of the 6 basic expressions provides a direct test of the universality hypothesis. 15 Western Caucasian and 15 East Asian participants categorized 4,800 facial movement animations. To model the mental representations of each facial expression, researchers reverse correlated the facial movements with an emotion response. In total, there were 180 models of facial expression representations per culture. Each model contains a 41-dimensional vector coding a composition of facial muscles, with 6 parameters coding its temporal dynamics. According to the universality hypothesis, there should be at least 6 distinct clusters, 1 per basic emotion in each culture. However, when the researchers clustered the 41-dimensional models, only the Western Caucasian models formed 6 distinct, emotionally homogeneous clusters. The East Asian models showed considerable overlap between emotion categories, demonstrating a culture-specific representation of the basic emotions, proving the universality hypothesis false. This study is making an associative claim because it examines the relationship between the cultures and facial expression identification. The independent variable in this study is the models of facial expression, and the dependent variable is the ability to identify facial expressions. This study also uses a between groups design because there are 2 specific groups being studied: Western Caucasian participants and East Asian participants. The variables in the study have been operationalized very well. By creating facial expression models with a unique computer graphics platform and the emotion clusters, the researchers created an exceptional model of measuring the mental representations of emotions and facial expressions, giving it an effective construct validity. The external validity of this study could be improved because, though the study is intended to represent an entire culture, it might be more successful if it utilized a larger sample group, rather than having only 15 participants of each culture. I believe this would also help with the statistical validity, because a larger sample size would be more indicative of significant results. I believe the internal validity of this study could also be strengthened by considering demographic data such as age and gender in creating the clusters of recognizable emotions and facial expressions. This study is also fairly limited in that it does not include other cultures. While it disputes the universality hypothesis by highlighting the differences between these 2 cultures, Western Caucasian and East Asian, it is not representative of other cultures. Thank you.